All right, mic check, mic check. We back another episode of Main and Slim. I'm Slim. No, I'm Main. That's Slim. Speak on the mic, Slim.
Yeah.
Say something so you know you still there. They probably think
you did the intro
show,
for me.
So.
Nah, you did the intro for me. I was like, damn, this nigga Main want to be Slim.
Nah, but they you ain't been on a show in a minute on any videos I posted. It just been all me.
Oh, I thought this was about to be like some weird thing where we like reverse roles and you be Slim and I be Main this time.
Oh, nah, we ain't doing that. I never want to be Slim.
Oh, okay. Because I like to play Main for the day.
We can try it for 5 minutes. You did it already. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
You did it already.
More Than a Master Podcast, your host, Main, of course. Across from me, I got a very special guest, Mr. Dorian Harris.
That was me. He'll get 3 specials, but go ahead. It's levels to the specialness.
Man, I'm going back to being Slim, man. I'm going back to being Slim. Yeah, this was already too difficult.
Hey, man. Calculated, man. Yeah. But we do got a special guest in the building, man. We got the art dealer, a.k.a. Dorian Harris. How you doing, man?
I'm all right. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
You got a lot of things going on, though, man.
I do?
Always do, honestly, yeah.
I feel like I'm just working.
Yeah.
A man with many hats.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Bring the mic over a little bit.
What, this way?
Yeah, more to the center. Yeah, you good right there. Yep.
Right there? Boom.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, so let's talk about some of the things you got going on, man. Well, first and foremost, I feel important, you know what I'm saying? I had to do a judging contest, and he wanted to judge. I was like, I made it now.
Yeah. If you
I'm judging with Dorian.
If you sit next to the art dealer, you there.
Hey,
don't do that, man.
If you know what, Dorian's so respectful. Guess what he did, man? Let me sit in the middle. I felt like a king, man.
Okay.
Let me sit in the middle. Let me do the calculations.
You putting on right now.
Which was very tough, by the way, because imagine trying to do math for 2 people right next to you. I'm trying to do math in the dark.
That 7 plus 6 started getting difficult.
It was too dark to try to do that math. Hey, 26, man. Let me stop.
Should have put a lamp on that table.
But yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I made it now. I made it. You start hosting. You start doing hostings and judging contests with the art dealer. Oh, you in there?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So I'm tapped in. So it matter. We're gonna get into that, but no matter what award is given out, I won already. I won already this year, man. I won this year.
You did?
Yeah, man. I was next to you, man. And you on fire.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You on fire. Ratchet Bingo. How many awards you nominated for? 30?
No, man. I think it's
3. At least 3.
It's 3. Event of the year, Ratchet Bingo, Prom Night Augusta, Graphic Designer of the year, and Promoter of the year.
Yeah, but also let's be honest now. I don't know if y'all acknowledging this and whatnot, but on the IHAs you got nominated for Podcast of the year as well.
Yeah.
It's tricky because on that one, I don't know how they had my name listed on certain stuff, and it was. I don't know. I was confused a little bit, but okay.
Well, you got multiple nominations on that one. Actually, matter of fact,
yeah,
one
for
one, yeah,
you did.
But the podcast was one. Of course, I'm looking at because I'm a podcaster.
Yeah, I know the
podcast. Shout out to you.
I think I saw graphics.
That too. I mean, you do that. That's your thing. You know?
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
It was dope.
How would you? Well, I ain't gonna ask you that question yet.
No, go ahead.
Well, how do you draw? Like regular, you draw?
I start as a child. I did,
but you don't like draw now. Like
I scribble. If I got ideas, I scribble ideas, but not to convert, not to use in the graphic process. But as far as like coming up with ideas and brainstorm, yeah.
So you probably should win graphic designer of the year then if you don't draw.
Why is that?
That's just what they're saying. That's the streets are saying. You should do something.
That is what the streets is saying.
They saying if you don't draw, you should what?
Nah, the streets is putting stipulations on the categories.
Oh, well, I was a part of that conversation today.
Yeah, so we're going to get into that. I just want to throw that out there, you know. Okay. If you don't draw, I don't know. Y'all vote for me, I want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to vote for Dorian.
You see, you sound crazy now because that ain't got nothing to do with graphic design. That's an illustrator.
Oh, well, same thing. All that. Illustrator, draw, Yu-Gi-Oh, Goku.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Videographer, podcast.
Yeah.
I do that.
See?
Yeah.
I
do visuals, photography.
You look good on camera right now. I ain't gonna lie. You know, you all in focus. Look at the beard, everything.
Okay.
He divined a king.
Y'all nominate my dog, man, for videographer.
Out of focus. Hey, back in focus. Hold on. Let me see. Yo, I'm fire. Let me see. Hold up. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I don't know. I probably could be, but it's too tedious for me, man.
Okay. I agree.
I just work at the hardware store, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't fake that one. All right. I got the best to prove it. and every other week, I get a little paycheck. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But in all seriousness, though, So you got Ratchet Bingo, been highly successful. I think the last time it must have been here. I think me and you said. I think it was on Shay's podcast. We talked about that right when you about to launch it, and just briefly, no questions from Slim. Briefly, touch on that real quick. Touch on that real quick.
Ratchet Bingo it's been good. My involvement with Trap and Paint back in the days kind of gave me the blueprint of how to kind of steer it. So once I saw the reactions from people, I was like, okay, I got one. I just got to carefully navigate this one. The great thing and the most proud moment of it all is the fact that I want to say we done like a total of 9 shows in Augusta. And all of them, except for like 2, like sell out, but the 2 might be short, like 5 people or something.
Gotcha.
So, and now we're going on tour, which the tour starts this coming weekend in Valdosta. We'll be coming back closer to home in Aiken, then Atlanta and Charlotte. And then from there, we'll be looking at like Virginia, 2 spots in Virginia, looking at Asheville, North Carolina, Tampa, Florida, you know what I mean? Which a lot of these people are actually clients on the graphic end that I had for years. It's like, hey, let's partner up. So, yeah, it's growing legs.
That's dope. Legs. So when you first started, did you expect it to kind of grow like that? Like,
not this big, no. I thought it would be something really, really big in Augusta and maybe some areas, but recently I did a TikTok for it and it caught fire.
Like, go ahead, Slim, talk about TikTok. I know you want to talk about that.
Nah, I already mentioned it.
No,
I'm gonna save it for the more than master.
Nah, I want to talk about it now.
Well, basically what I was saying before we started recording is like a lot of people start TikToks and try to gain that traction, but he put up a TikTok and it just went crazy. And like in the comments, normally like when something go crazy like that so fast, there's always some negative reasons. But in the comments, it was people like, man, come to Dallas, come to Miami.
We did have some negative Nancy's on there too.
Oh, I must just ain't see it.
Yeah, no, they on there. I challenged one dude was like, I wish we can get this reaction when it comes to voting. I said, you know what? That's a great idea. Let me know what market you in. We'll set up a Ratchet Bingo and do a voter poll with that.
That's dope.
He ain't say nothing else. Everybody else was like, yeah, do it. But that's when you deal with trolls, you have to just kind of fight fire with fire. Yeah. Or either ignore them. But yeah, it's been a lot of that. It's been, I wish I would show up to church and all that. But it's definitely way more positive. It might have been like,
what church got to do with bingo?
Man, I think people just be angry online. I just think it is. They angry and they see some people having a good time, and the way that those salt is just to say, well, you ain't doing this. Which don't have nothing to do
That's
with
why
it.
I've been chilling all day off of Facebook, because I went on there early this morning and I seen what was going on, and I was like, bro, there's too much negative stuff going on. I just focus on my work.
I just put my 2 cents in. I thought we had a great conversation. Then later on, I look back, I was like, y'all trying to crucify the man. God,
Yeah.
Like, I was like, bro, this ain't that deep. Memes, all kind of stuff. Like,
but I think too.
They made memes too. My bad. Man.
I ain't seen no memes.
Yeah.
What did the memes say?
It's memes circulating with, I think it's him and somebody from the Rugrats, like a picture side by side.
Oh, Chucky.
Yeah.
All right, that's funny. They
took the still shot from his live feed and did like the little man. I was like, yo.
Hey, shout out to Reggie, but that's funny as hell, though.
Yeah.
But Reggie had a valid point. It was just he worded it differently. So then people didn't understand. That's my whole take on it.
I do feel like, and I guess we get into it now. I do feel like though, like when you go live, to me, it's not an admission of guilt, but I think people take it as such, because normally when you go live to explain something,
it's like, just a little weird.
You couldn't do it with your words.
I wish he never went live and he just came and talked to us.
I ain't watched it. What he said on live.
I mean, he was just going back and forth because, like I said,
so hold on.
I didn't even get a chance to go through all the comments. It was hundreds of comments, but I didn't get a chance. I just saw the few where they were just like, calling him out his name and all kind of stuff. I'm like, what?
Man, can we start from the beginning? Can you? Because I know you love reading the post. Can you read the post?
Oh, you want to read it?
So we can start there? Yeah.
You got the Columbia
Because
County
I
application.
can't read. Nah,
I can't read either. I can barely talk.
Yeah, I got my college degree from Ivory. Not really Georgia Southern though.
Let's
Go
see.
ahead, man.
All right, I took a screenshot of it. Let's see where we at. All right, it says, if you got a job that's funding your business, you can't be Entrepreneur of the Year. My only complaint, LOL. Not saying I don't applaud y'all, but that's 2 different categories in my eyes. A lot of words there that just to me, it kind of says opinion, not I'm saying it's law.
And that's why I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him because he was stating his opinion.
But his opinion, but what he said and what he meant was two different things.
Yeah, go ahead.
Basically, what he said was, what he meant was, because when you read that, it sounds like saying if you get funding from your job, you're not an entrepreneur, which is not true. Jeff Bezos funded his business from his job in the beginning.
Right.
But
from a garage too.
Right. But the thing is, when in conversation and in the comments, and he even said it on his live as well as on the comments as well, he was basically saying like it's different if you're working a job and you're working a full-time job and you're financing your side business. You're an entrepreneur, but it's different than a person who does not have that support. Because naturally, you know, a lot of times people do it most time part-time. You know, if something go left or don't go right, step back, you know, keep working, stack it, pay it back up, and get back at it. Me, per se, as like it was him, you got to step back and figure out how you going to make it work off of whatever you got there. You know what I'm saying? He also spoke about how some people are entrepreneurs sometimes out of force. But in my opinion, that is more so a hustler of the year. And the reason being is because entrepreneurship just means you're making an investment on a business that you start that's yours. How you get the funding is totally up to you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's not, you know what I mean? Which honestly, I think with black people, we kind of take the struggle as a badge of honor. And we really shouldn't. Honestly, I shouldn't be financing this the way I'm doing it. I should be able to walk in the bank, which I probably could, and say, hey man, listen, I did 9 shows, this the profits I made, blah, 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 blah. I need a loan. And they'll say, okay, Mr. Harris, blah, 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 blah. Naturally, I don't think that way because I've been conditioned to think, well, I got to do it myself. I got to save here. I got to do this. So you see me move, I move kind of frugal. But at the same time, that's not the right way to do it.
But I'm just in case somebody is thinking the same way I'm thinking. But like, also, I know it could be like a learned behavior to do that, but at the same time, some people don't want to pay the bank back. They not really had that high interest rate. So I don't want to take $15,000 to pay you $30,000 back when I can probably get up a certain amount of money on my own and I'm good.
That's true, but see, here's the other problem. You can take that money and help you make money to where you're not paying it back.
Possibly, yeah, that's true.
Because if you go in with a business plan as you should, that's what the bank is for. They're supposed to be able, the same way with a car, house, whatever the case may be. They're going to give you funding that you can't physically touch right now. And all you got to do is pay it back. But the thing about a business versus a car is the business is supposed to make you money. So if you got a business generating you funding, you paying it back, but not necessarily you're paying it back off of your income. The other thing is this: it ain't just the bank. PayPal will give you money. Right, PayPal will look at what you make on PayPal and say, well, you know what? We'll give you $5,000, $10,000, whatever the case may be, and you got to pay this much per month to pay it back. You got angel investors, you got passive investors. It's a lot of ways to get funding for businesses. But with black people, we haven't been educated about that much. I'm still learning about a lot of this stuff. I don't know it all. But because we've been conditioned to do it the other way, we think that's a badge of honor. Nah, you're more efficient if you have outside funding to be able to back you.
Could it be also, and y'all can interject when you want, Slim, if you need to, but could it be also that depending on the person's background, like I know you mentioned just like let's say you, for instance, like maybe you do it your way because you've been conditioned that way, and it could be the condition because of, I'm not trying to say this person did that or nothing like that, but because of it's a street mindset anyway. So like in the streets, you're not going to your neighbor and say, yo man, hey, front me $5,000 real quick. You might just take it from somewhere. Honestly, like it's a lot of ways you'll get your money, but
but even from a street standpoint, in the hip hop, not even that. In the hip hop community, you got funding from the streets.
Yeah. No. But yeah. So that's my part. I'm just saying in general, like, as far as like not going to get the loans and like that. So when you do cross over to another side, naturally your first mindset ain't to go get a loan because you don't do that out in the street like that. You don't go get a loan to go buy half or to go. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Just get it. Or they front you and you pay them, which I guess that's a loan. But really, who wants to get fronted at a certain age?
It's really all the same thing, though.
It is.
Like, in the streets.
But getting
and
fronted,
in the
looked down
corporate world.
upon in the street. We all know this, right? They getting fronted. It's not the you don't want to get fronted like you're a
Well,
little man.
it don't, no. It
That's
don't,
between y'all two. That's y'all business.
it only look it's only looked down upon if you're doing bad business.
True.
But if trust me, I know some people now. If you brought them an idea and you say, "Well, bro, I can bring you this back," and you do that, listen, you the man. Where else we get some?
Yeah.
Listen, I had people approach me like, "Bro, I want you to run the club for me." Oh, brother, I'm involved in clubs, but I don't want to run them. But they like, look, I got all the bread for you. Blase, blase. R.I.P. to my boy Black. Black wanted me to be a part of Level 9. At the time, I had some other stuff going on I couldn't. But he was like, look, we're going to do this. So that's definitely not frowned upon. Because to be honest with you, I made a lot of money in my time. I'm not from the streets, but I've dealt with people from that code, from that walk of life. So I just think it's about how you carry it. But I just think people got triggered by what he said because it sounds like he's saying, if you get your money to start your business from a 9 to 5, you're not an entrepreneur.
So what I do want to do, I want to break it down. So I want to break it into pieces, right? So first, because and I don't know if everybody know him, but I want to kind of break Reggie down first, and just so he got his brand just came from nothing.
That's
So
what I was gonna
that
say.
already
That's very on brand.
is very proven to what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? So that's his mindset. That's his logo. That's what he breathes. Came from nothing. So yeah, his mind is like, if we both want to be entrepreneurs, but like you said, like people do this, but I got it from wherever I got it from, and you got it from your job. Naturally, for some reason, people will feel like, well, I got it on a stronger way than you got it. Not saying that it's true. I'm just saying that's naturally your mindset.
I agree. I mean, be honest with you, and I said this on the post. To me, this is a unhealthy perspective from the black community when it comes to that. Just like, I mean, I'm part of No Sleep Gang. I used to talk that all the time. Till I had high blood pressure, and the doctor said, you killing yourself by
Get some sleep, bro.
sleeping an hour and doing this and doing that. No, you listen, you will kill yourself that way. So naturally, I just think it's a conditioning that we've adapted to, which is cool, but it's still unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? And I get what he's saying, but like I said, even in the comments, we talked about it. He was meaning that if you are working a full-time job with a side hustle, you can't compete with a person who is a full-time entrepreneur.
Now on the entrepreneurship level, I get that. I definitely agree. I agree to his point of that.
I agree with that.
Let me say them words because I might say the wrong thing. I agree to his point of that.
Yeah, right. You're gonna be next. You're gonna be next and making memes about it.
Nah, you must not know me. Make a meme. I'll tell you right now. Make a meme.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm gonna tell you too, and I ain't
Don't
trying
say
to go
nothing crazy.
subject.
Don't say
I'm
nothing crazy.
about to tell you the truth. When we do the awards, bro, we gonna have to do the Petty Award, and you got it, bro. Nobody can beat you.
Like I said, don't say nothing crazy. So
No, he got it. He might have some contenders though.
Nah, I don't know, man.
I'm not
Kinda
nominated.
petty now.
I know some people now that on that book that can be some contenders now.
Yeah, I ain't never did nothing petty. I ain't never did nothing petty though.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, we probably got different definitions of petty.
It's only one though. So we
Shout
gotta
out,
get the right one first.
Hey
and then
man,
we go
shout
from
out to Gina Bailey.
Look,
definitely-
he trying to nominate people.
No, I'm being honest because when you say that, you got to be careful when you say that now because there's some
Yeah.
people out there. I be like, bruh, I think she said I won an award for just being me. Thank you or whatever. And like, she do that all the time, bro.
Yeah.
It be this crazy stuff, and she'll say something. And I be like, oh my god. But yeah, it's some.
See, when I
others out
say
there.
petty though, I'm just talking about people that like don't let nothing slide, don't let nothing go.
She's one of them.
Thank you.
I think
really
Maine
appreciate this
wins, though.
commentary because I see what Slim is a real slick guy. He's trying to go somewhere.
Right.
He's trying to go somewhere.
No, I'm
And
not
Dorian
going there.
not
I'm not
allowing
going
it.
there.
I like that.
I'm not going
This is why we appreciate this man right here in the city. Man. This is why.
I'm not going there, bruh. Back to the Reggie thing though.
Thank
This is
you.
how I viewed. This is how
Something
I viewed the
important.
post though.
And somebody important. Go ahead.
So Reggie was talking about awards. That's what the whole thing was about, awards. And how I read the post was he basically was speaking on this, like what people were saying on ESPN about LeBron's bubble championship. They was like, yeah, it's a championship, but you kind of got to put an asterisk next to it. Or KD's 2 championships in Golden State. Me, I don't think the awards is like supposed to be that type of thing. And if you want to put it in subcategories, that's kind of weird to me also. But at the same time, I get what he's saying. Like, as an entrepreneur, you take pride in, like, this is what I do for a living. This is what I breathe. But at the same time, I can't be one of them people like, oh, you got a job here and you got this business on the side. You're not really an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurship can be anything. And like I told Maine today when he called me and we was talking about it, I told him the first business I ever had, I ain't quit my job for a year. I was scared just like everybody else. I was like, bro, I'm not about to quit my job. I'm about to wait till this start taking off. Because my first check from my business for the month was, I think, $19. You think I want to make $19 for a month? I don't want to make $19 for a month. So I kept my job for a year. And when I felt comfortable, I quit my job and I started doing that business full time.
And that's one thing I would say to his point is, if you're trying to if it's an award show or you're trying to pick who's the better entrepreneur, however that works, however you measure that, right? Based off his way of measuring, in his mind, it's like, well, I'm taking a higher risk than you. My risk level is higher than you. Now, I don't know if that means anything entrepreneurship. That's why we got Dorian here, because he know this stuff. He might have a different aspect of that, but almost like how would you, and I'm gonna just use street sense because it's stuff we know. How would you compare who's the better hustler? Who sold more weight? Who got more blocks? Who got more of this? Who got a better car? Entrepreneurship is like, well, how you compare it? Would I compare somebody who is making all their money solely off all their businesses, or somebody who their businesses fail? Oh well, because on Friday they getting paid. I'm not making the decision here. I'm just saying, how do you really gauge that? And I think that's what I read in his post. Like, I don't know who's on that category. I don't know all the categories, but whoever was on there, I'm assuming it was like, hey, how this person make it when we doing XYZ probably. I don't know if that was his mindset, but
my biggest thing about the awards is this, which
I love it, by the way. Shout out to the award show.
I love it. Shout out, Jamie. That's dope. But what I was gonna say is, you can break it down a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? But if you really want to be honest, these awards are for a whole community of people who don't get acknowledged. Because there's other award shows in Augusta that's been going for years.
Talk that talk.
And none of us, or a lot of our peers, won't be a part of those and never have been. And we go and probably walk past, see the posters and stuff and the plaques and stuff. So that was the whole purpose of it. So the whole purpose of it was to acknowledge people who weren't getting acknowledged. The other part is this. You either nominate yourself or your peers do. Mm-hmm. To me, that means if you did not get nominated, that means that's on you and your peers. That's on you and your clientele. You see what I'm saying? So to me, maybe we should be focusing more so on advertising and marketing more to get more acknowledgement for your business. And that's what I would challenge a lot of people to do. That's all the awards is about.
Or reading also. Sometimes people wasn't reading, and I think
they're never
because
read.
this year it was strictly you had to nominate yourself. You had to join a Facebook group, and you had to follow the rules to nominate yourself, right? That's what I was. So what is?
That's what I was told. But stuff was nominated even on the other awards. I didn't nominate myself on the other awards.
I think the other one the people can nominate.
Okay,
you,
but even in this one, I didn't nominate Prom Night Augusta for Event of the Year, but it was on there. So that means somebody else had to do that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Other people got nominated, which like peers of mine that I per se nominated, and they didn't know nothing about it until they got tagged and saw they were nominated. So somebody else had to nominate it. Even when I did nominate Ratchet Bingo, but I also saw probably another 5 or 6 people before me nominated. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So yes, you could do it yourself, but if others nominated you, you were nominated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I know this award was supposed to be something that was fair, because the first time I even heard about it before it came out last year is when you did the interview with the young lady. Her name's Jamie, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You did the interview with her. And by what she was saying, because, I was in the room listening, I was like, oh, this sounds like something that's going to be positive for the city, for people to be acknowledged that never get acknowledged. But I knew it was going to be something that people was talking about, because I noticed how trends go, and we're trending from lists to now awards. That's just what's going on in the city. But I never knew we was gonna get to this point where like everybody was gonna have a post crying about not being nominated and getting awards.
Why
I ain't think it was gonna be like this.
Why?
Bruh.
Hold on.
Because this is different than like a list.
Time out. You ever see your timeline when somebody's favorite team lose?
Yeah.
The Cowboys? It's like a funeral.
You must not know Slim.
You a Cowboy fan?
I hate the Cowboys.
You hate-
I post
okay.
about them every week that
listen,
they lose.
I
I ain't posted in a long time.
I like football is cool for me, but I'm a basketball fan. So.
Yeah.
But you ever seen a timeline when your favorite team lose or something happens or whatever? People go crazy all the time.
Yeah.
So if somebody win, you guarantee you're gonna have just as much, if not more. Who gonna complain? This is no different. So when people scroll their feed and they see all these people, oh, I'm nominated, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that, oh, I'm that. Well, it really ain't that important to me. Okay, cool. You upset. Because things that are not important to you, you don't speak about.
Correct.
Things that don't touch you and don't bother you, you have nothing to say about it.
Well, I guess that's what I'm saying. I didn't know this many people would be this emotional about something that is supposed to be positive.
I think
But
emotional is a
that's
good
what I'm
term for that. Definitely.
They're emotional because also you got to remember this, and this is what I want to also say to Reggie too as well. Sometimes I don't say certain things, and the reason I don't say certain things is not because I'm not right about it. It's just that I know it's going to be a sensitive touch. It's going to trigger people.
So me and Slim had a conversation earlier, and we said the same thing. You can call what you want to call it, politics, whatever. I don't care, right? But the thing is this: a lot of us have brothers' brands, ourselves to protect. So some things you just don't dive into. I might have an opinion on it. It may not be time for me to be talking about it like that.
Exactly.
Oh, my now, but even you, us, all of us. Every year you elevate your platform to a level where you can't even talk about them kind of things no more. You might have did it in the past. It might have worked. It might have been okay in the past.
Yeah.
But now it's all eyes on you.
Right.
So you got to be cognizant of what you're talking about. Not that I don't feel how somebody else feel about it, but I'm not you. I can't talk about that right now. So I don't think people take that and they.
Yeah.
Some people don't know how to use that. Some people don't know that they have the platform they have, that they can't say certain things.
Bro, perfect example. Me, I live through my friends. So like, I just like they post on Facebook because I'm not gonna make that post that they made. I'm just like they post.
People don't realize how
'Cause I
much,
can't
how
do
much
that. They
liking
can.
and loving and laughing is like it's really it mean a lot to us because we can't say it sometimes.
Yeah.
Right.
I love it. I'm hugging that status. I'm loving the status for real because I can't say it, but thank God you did.
Yeah.
Bro, one of my homeboys made a post about the awards today, and it was the exact same comment that I would have made, but I'm not gonna make that comment because I can't.
Right.
As soon as I say it, they're gonna be like, nobody care about your podcast anyway. Shut up.
Well, I like to think of this too. Like he says, a positive thing, right? So in my mind, and how I'm looking at it, like I like to joke on social media. We all do. Like be funny. It's a funny place, but at the same time, it is somebody or somebody somewhere that this ain't a joke to them. This is real to them.
Yeah,
Like, this is like a big thing, and it's really like inspiring them to inspire others, and they taking this very seriously. This is their Grammys, this is their Oscars, this is their Hip Hop BET Awards, MTV Awards, whatever you want to call it. This is that for them, and that's perfect because the city needs that. I feel like that's important to have. So when people are in uproar about it, I'm really not upset about it. I actually like that a little bit because I feel like it does a couple of things. One, it brings more awareness around what's going on. Because one thing, if you don't know what the war is happening, you don't know what's happening, but you see drama tell you what's happening. So if you know the SBA wars are going on, you was on the rock, whatever case may be, now you know because you're being nosy about a post everybody was sharing. You know what I'm saying? So it just brings awareness and it creates a atmosphere for people to succeed or even not succeed, but regardless of the fact, you be aware. So whether you came from nothing or not, whether you like Dorian or not, whether you like you or not, me or not, like you start seeing things, you start seeing people tag, laughing, this, that, and third, you start to see who people are. And even them small conversations or them small debates, it mean a lot. It don't like at the time, it mean a lot. So people be like on social media like, oh my God, I'm tired, I be quiet about it. I'm like, nah, because somebody need to hear this sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The conversations are healthy sometimes. I'm with you 100% on that. But like I was saying earlier, I just didn't know it was going to be this many people emotional about it.
Yeah. It's going to get worse next year.
Yeah.
I mean, last year it was a thing.
It was a thing last year.
But because it's first, everybody let me see how I go.
Yeah.
She had a
Yeah.
successful event. Matter of fact, let me get on Slim real quick, right? So last year, let me tell you about him, right? Slim is one of them guys, like, if you say something on Monday, next Monday, you better think the same exact way. There's no way you're going to change your thoughts. So I was doing Think Out Loud, which also I want to bring up that Dorian's like kind of like the reason why Think Out Loud start happening, because remember I told you I was saying sell me, had it back and forth on my status. He was like, just do this for artists. It started for artists, but then I started talking all the time. So that's how I Think Out Loud came about. But anyway, I did when I talked about the event. So Slim hit me out. He's like, yeah, man, you ain't said the same thing last week or last month. I'm like, yeah, but the event didn't happen, bro. Like, the event didn't go on. I still feel the same way about the awards. I still feel the same way about it. But when I seen the event, how happy people was, how they dressing up, how they treating it like it's a real, not that it's not, how they treating it real, how they treating it to what I'm pretty sure her vision of it is, and probably even better. I thought that was dope. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I spoke about it. It wasn't like I'm saying my take last month is not my take. It's still my take, but it just felt like me watching that event and seeing it, you start to feel differently about certain things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it was, I mean, to be honest with you, it was just, you'll never have that. Because a lot of people who are in business don't attend events. So you never see them outside of, whatever service or if they're online or whatever. So to have all those people in that building like that, everybody dressed nice and
And on top of that, like, I want to talk about that for a second too, because we got the time. On top of that, I know we always say, this don't matter, but when you think about it, Facebook is probably the only place really where you're going to get a lot of your, whether it's Augusta personalities, your top-notch people, your entrepreneurs, your not entrepreneurs, your workers, whatever you want to call them. Mm-hmm. You got all these people on one setting. It's Facebook really. So it's like now when you have an event where everybody that's the funniest, all the funniest people is it's going to be at the event. You're not the funny person in the room no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you funny in timeline, but now you got the EJs, the Tyrus, the Mike Gibson. You got all of them in one room now. You got people hosting. You got people in the room. So
can
now
we talk about EJ's comment?
EJ want to come on. I don't. Yeah, go ahead. We can talk about it for a second, but he want to come on. For me, yo, please? Damn, what am I, your teacher, my nigga? What's up,
bro? You just got the screenshots. I ain't screenshotted.
Yo,
I ain't gonna lie. I was just so shocked when I seen it. I ain't get the screenshotted. This about the awards too.
Oh Lord,
Jesus!
And I know he gonna, bro. I know he gonna come on here too, but I still just want to speak on it just for a little bit.
Yeah, real quick. All right, let me read it. Yo, Slim is a funny guy, man. I like Slim, man. Slim is a funny guy. They had so much to say about my brother event, and I ain't gonna tag him. But when you add up the numbers, posts and shows, I guess comedian EJ Rogers ain't a big comedian in the city. Shout out to the nominees I F with them for real. I talk and associate with them here and there. That's kind of wild to say, but cancel the show. If you ain't mentioned EJ Rogers, don't get on my post arguing me down about nothing. Don't call me or text me. I said what I said. Argue with your dirty booty mammy. That's what you want me to read, man? So that's why I barely perform around here, man. For real. They ain't respect me enough. They don't put me on shows. When they do, it's open mic-ish. Stop playing with me, twin. When I claim a different city, y'all go love me then. He posted his face that he posts a lot, and then he posted the male comedians of the year, which was Tyrus Tillman, comedians of Cedric, Mike Gibson, and EJ Mack. Should y'all go vote for them? Go ahead.
Yeah. So that post right there, that shocked the hell out of me. Because I was like I just said earlier, and I might be ignorant to this, I ain't think this was going to make this many people get in their feelings. So, bruh, like we were just saying earlier, the worst thing you can do when you know what you got going on, you know where you're headed, is to get on Facebook with the ignorant thing. You was just talking about Facebook a minute ago. I ain't gonna lie, Facebook some country ass shit. That's just me personally. Like, when you go other places, everybody not big on Facebook like that, but Augusta love Facebook for some odd reason.
That's not true.
No,
yeah,
it ain't true.
No, Slim don't like Facebook, but it's not true, bro.
Hey,
it's
man,
not true.
Other places I go to, people don't be huge on Facebook.
Give me an example.
Bro.
Give me one.
Bro, when you in Atlanta, bro, you ain't really like talking to a whole bunch of people that's like, yeah, on Facebook. When you go to Tampa, when you go to Miami, when you go to these places, they not huge on Facebook. The first thing somebody gonna say is add me on Instagram
but
or
Twitter.
Facebook
is more so close knit. So I feel like if you're not from there, you ain't really gonna know. It's not your timeline. You see what I'm saying? Your timeline is Augusta.
I could be completely wrong.
You're not right. You're not wrong about what you're saying, because people do like Instagram. I'm just saying, if like somebody from Atlanta come to Augusta, they're gonna say, man, Facebook ain't that important, because they don't know us.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not here.
But basically, my point is, bruh, if you can't not care about the award. Care about the awards and hate the city at the same time. That's like the biggest oxymoron in the world. Like, which one is it? Which one is it? And we were just saying earlier, like, if you want to be booked in Augusta, why would you shit on Augusta?
Yeah, but you make valid points.
And I'm gonna ask him that when he come up here too.
I'm gonna say this, and only reason I'm gonna say this is because it need to be said. I'm gonna say that whatever you set out to do, it's your job to make people care. It's your job to make people make what you got going on important. It's your job to figure out the clientele that you're trying to approach. So even as a comedian, are you looking to approach people who like dark humor? Are you looking to approach women? Are you looking to approach men? Are you on politics? Whatever. If you look at all these different comedians, you look across the board, you're going to see different platforms from different people. Certain comedians are not going to talk about politics. Certain comedians are not going to talk about dark humor. Who are you trying to attach yourself to? That's the first thing. Second of all, after you realize that, then you'll be able to figure out whether or not what you have to offer is for Augusta. I've been in many, many rooms, and I get around a lot of people who are business, entrepreneurs, creators, and all. Some people flourish, some people don't. But the trick that they don't do is they don't do their homework on what are you doing? Who are you trying to track? Who are you trying to connect with? So you beating yourself against the wall, and you like, man, whatever. But you might not know your type of humor might work for Charlotte, for Greenville, Savannah, for all these places within 2 hours of here. So if your talent work there, I'm gonna say something for real. I got a small amount of people in Augusta, Georgia, who love my music. The other people love my music because they might support me. Now, when I cross that water, they don't know nothing about events. They don't know nothing about graphics except for a few people. They know me from the music, and they love me from the music. So I understand that. It's not that I'm upset. I'm born and raised here in Augusta, Georgia. My upbringing and my talents and everything flourished from the things I did here. But when I was in Charlotte, bro, I got on a lot of ways strictly off my music. It was nothing else. You see what I'm saying? So as a creative, as a creative or entrepreneur, whatever you're doing, figure out who you're trying to target. Once you figure out who you're trying to target, you'll figure out where they at.
Real quick, because you went off, that's a good clip. But you moved to Charlotte too, right?
Yeah.
You ended up moving out there.
Yeah.
But when you moved out there, you wasn't on some. Y'all didn't support me when I was there. Y'all didn't do this. You kind of just was smooth.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even known that what he just said. What he just said just made sense to why he lived in Charlotte. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. But that was the whole purpose, was to go there and try to figure out, let me see what I can do with this music. Which I built a lot of ties. I did a few events. I got a lot of partners. I got a lot of people. It also brought me money on the graphic side. But all that came from me going into these music events, performing, opening up, doing whatever. So my thing is, figure out what you're doing first, because what you offer may not be for the city.
Well, I know in business, I think one of the first pages you'll see is they say get your target audience.
Yeah.
That's like business 101.
Yeah.
And it go back to my thing about saying read. Sometimes most of the stuff is in a book. Like,
That's true.
I know people got their
Or
classes
YouTube.
that they do YouTube, and it's free. People got their classes. They got classes they charging for to tell you this stuff. But it's all in the books. It's free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But back just to the EJ thing. I also think it's about, like I said, all this too is about your upbringing, and it's a lot of it is ego too. I'm not saying hey, he had ego problem. I don't know for sure, but that's something we'll ask when we get there, because I do have my own theory on that. But like he said, like I said earlier about reading, and he said about just knowing what's what. Even the post, making that post is it's like real premature, because it was a whole window of time you could have done all this stuff. It didn't just pop up yesterday. You know what I'm saying? They just didn't pop yesterday. Say, hey, look, nominees, y'all. It's going around for a long time. Like, it's been a thing. You know what I'm saying? So they just kind of tell you, even if he feel the way he feel about the city, if that's a true thought, or if that's a joke in the comedian, we don't know. He asked me to come up here. But if that's true, they just kind of tell you. Sometimes, even though you feel like the city don't rock with you, like, do you rock with the city? And I had that problem a lot. We podcast, right? So if somebody hit me up and say, I want to come on your show, cool. You don't know about my show at all. You just see one person on my show. You don't know the acts. You know if I joke. You know if I play. You know if I take artists seriously. You want to be in tune with you, but you're not in tune with what I'm doing.
Right.
Correct.
And I think a lot of times people know that's a two-way street. So if somebody is upset that they didn't get nominated, but didn't know that the rules like that, it's like how in tune with you are, how in tune are you with what's going on?
Yeah.
For you not to know them simple directions. If he really
This the other
felt
thing I'm
that
gonna
way.
challenge people too. If you a talent, do your own shows, bro.
bro.
You've been preaching
Time
that
out.
too.
Do your own show.
I did a podcast with EJ. I don't keep talking about EJ, but I did a podcast and I told him the same thing. I said, bro, you couldn't just book a place and just do your own show. Like, I feel like that's a thing. Like, we're gonna do that. We're gonna get with Dorian about it because that's the guy right there.
But that,
Yeah,
bro,
I
but listen, as a music artist, I'm older. I'm the OG. Back in the day, you had no choice. You weren't opening nobody's club. You weren't going to open it for no artist unless you tapped in with the DJ, because we ain't had no promoters back then. The promoters were the DJ, whoever was DJing that night. So if you ain't lock in with DJ Kiki or Kid Joe or the Cut Boys or whoever,
Times done changed.
That's the only way you got it. Other than that, you better go rent your own building, do your own thing. And that's how you do it. But you get all the money and all the rewards. You might take some L's, but I guarantee you, if you figure out who you're trying to target, who you want to be your following, go after those people, because based on what they do, it will tell you, if I want women, I need to be in every nail salon, I need to be in every beauty shop, I need to be in every boutique, I need to do all of that. So if that's the people I'm trying to go after, I need to do that. Then once I get ready to do my event, I'm promoting to them. So when they come, I'm getting massive amounts of people and a lot of support because I'm giving them something that they want. But my thing is like, bro, just do it yourself. Gamble on yourself if you believe in yourself. Because one or two things are going to tell you. It's going to tell you either A, you have more work to do, or B, it's going to work for you, and then you're going to be like, oh, this the way. You're not going to care if nobody book you for nothing. I ain't been on nobody hip-hop list. But I've been consistent in releasing music for years. I do my own shows, make my own money, got my own, that's just how I go. But it came from a task of figuring out what people want and giving them what they want, or figure out whether people are who want what you were giving to offer. But I hate when I see artists do that, because you damage yourself.
Yeah,
because
it don't look good at all. It's
on the outside, people, your peers might jump on that status and big you up, but to the next person who might have saw you at a show, they gonna be like, oh man, you got a nasty attitude.
But you know what? We talk about, like, and I know we probably have a more of a different approach to social media and how we do things based on our conversation right now. We all on agreement, so certain things we're not gonna talk about, right? But that come with wisdom. That come with seeing. I like to live through people, like you said, through people. So if I see somebody like him, that's me living through him. So I would never. I already know right now, I would never do that. Even if I felt that way, I wouldn't even do that. Bro, it don't look good. It don't look good at all. You can't clean it up. It don't look good.
But this the other thing though too. Do you love what you do? You know what I'm saying?
That should be enough.
Do you, like, bro? If nobody ever bought my music, I wouldn't care.
Man, you saying everything we be saying, bro.
Yeah, like, bro,
be careful, because they might think you dissing them.
No, I'm not dissing nobody. And I would challenge people. I would challenge people, man, hit my line, we can talk. I will help you. I don't care. But my thing is this, I love what I do. And if it's 20, 50, 100, 200, or whatever that like it, I'm going to give it to them. So if I put my song out and 100 people spin it, that's it. What else y'all want? We gonna keep making more of that. But I love what I do, so when I love it, I don't really care when people don't acknowledge it. I'm more focused on those who do. So I be trying to do stuff, like last year, I didn't get a chance to do it this year. Last year I did the dinner with the dealer because I had a lot of clients that support me for years. So I was like, let me do something to give back. Focus on them. I had 25 people in the room, which I wasn't finna pay for everybody, so I kept the number small on purpose. But I had 25 people in the room, brought in a speaker.
Hey, what funded that dinner? Was it your job or your entrepreneurship?
What job? Man, you know the last time No. You know the last time I had a job, bro?
Last time you lived in Augusta?
Dean Bridge?
No, it was, man.
At that store?
Oh, you ain't had no job then?
At that
bro,
store
I had
in
no
Dean
job
Bridge?
Before you moved to Charlotte?
No.
Oh.
You worked at that store in Dean Bridge?
No, what job I had?
I thought you worked in that building I used to go to all the time where they had them podcast rooms on the first floor to the right.
I was renting the office in there.
Oh, okay. I know that's way too personal. I damn forgot we was on camera. Right?
No, you good. No, I was back and forth between Charlotte and Augusta, so I just needed a workplace. But they were, it was a shared space. But I was renting the office in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, No, they want their money on the first, just like everything else.
Yeah.
But no, it's just
What's the last job you had though?
Record store.
I was just saying that, but yeah, I was
Back in
Long
the mixtape days. That was a long ass time ago.
06, 07, right? 05.
That was 07.
Yeah.
Dang.
And don't get me wrong, I can tell you some real hard stories too after that.
And that's
But-
bro, that's all I felt like Reggie. When I seen that post, I knew where Reggie was coming from because
get
I've
it.
been there.
I
Hold
get
on,
it.
real quick, before we get to that, can I read the last post he had? Because I think that'll be a segue into this.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so the last one, I thought it was funny. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably one of the, I ain't know who that. I know Reggie was funny, but I knew he was this funny. But he said, "I'm not mad at y'all for feeling how y'all feel. So don't be mad at me for feeling how I feel. It's all commendable, but it's two different categories. Now get your ass back to work before you really find out what this entrepreneur life like. And it ain't easier than your job. I love y'all, man. Don't fight me in public. But I like that
100%
part
agree
because-
with that post though.
But I feel like he should have put them two together in the same breath and he'd been good.
Yeah.
Because,
Like,
bro,
that's
I'm
all
gonna be
he
honest
meant.
with you. That 9-to-5 life and the entrepreneurship life is two different things, bro.
It is.
Sometimes you call me Slim, and I know he don't want to work, but he be like, I've been thinking about getting a job, bro. Like,
Bro, you think
get
I had
there.
a moment?
I think about that shit every other week.
Bro, you think I had a moment? Oh yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. On good months, I don't think about that, and I be somewhere in Florida drinking good.
I'm finna get real personal with you. Before I came back here, I was like, bro, I'm gonna need to get a job. And I was like looking for a job because I was just like, man, if I'm gonna stay in Charlotte, it's gonna take more money, whatever the case may be. So what I'm saying to you is you're gonna have the moments like that. It's gonna challenge you. You're gonna have some times where you be like, but every single time, I ain't trying to get religious on y'all. Every single time, bro, something come through.
Yep.
Something.
That happens to me too.
Something come through. You
Bro,
know
you'll
what I
be
mean?
down to your last $100 and you'll be like, all right, this hit right here,
Something
dog.
come
And the
through.
next day, well, for me, somebody will call you and be like, hey, man, we only got a budget of like $2,500, but we really need this wedding done. You just had
I'm
$100,
there.
bro. You just had $100. They about to wire you $2,500 today. You like, oh, never mind. You call your girl like, never mind. I'm back. Where you want to eat at?
Yep. Exactly. I'm telling you. Yeah.
For real.
It's like that for real.
You know, I was selling Slim, and I was because I work, so I never not had a job since I don't know 07. I was working, right, but I was telling her, I said, well, sometimes because he'll say you know all my friends maybe support me, da da da. But I got the ability to do that because I got income coming in like every other Friday. It's now salary is the same amount. So when Slim say he brings them up like, you know, yo, I'm thinking about getting this lens or da da da, but you know, cost whatever much, I'm gonna do this and do this to get it. I'm like, all right, well, I'll give you half. I know I can do that 'cause I know what I'm getting every Friday. I know every other Friday. I know I'm getting that.
Yeah.
Him on the other hand, you know what I'm saying? He has to think about, okay, well, if I push it to the side and do this, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of calculations there. So I'm like, hey, we can go half. I'm just, you know, you got half, so maybe your calculations now are a little easier, but other half money, and then we go from there. You know what I'm saying? But I realized that you know, years back, like, okay, well, cool. He doing that, and because I commend that, I know he commend what I do. It's like it's a good mesh because like I get to see that side of entrepreneurship where I know I don't want to be on that side. I know I can't do that. I got kids, I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Which is another thing, right?
Yeah.
But he don't. But also a lot that he want to do, he couldn't be tied down at a job for 10 hours. Like he's not doing that because then you can't go do.
And
You
that's
can't
what
go
I think
film.
about.
You
Every
can't go.
time I think about getting a job, I think about those weeks where I got people calling me to book me Monday through Friday, and I will be at this job, let's say making $200 a day, and the stuff these people want me to do is $500 a day.
Right.
So now I'm just completely losing.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a give and a take thing.
Yeah.
So it's two sides of it. Like I said, and nothing wrong with Reggie said. I don't think nothing wrong. But
Listen, I be jealous sometimes. When I'm up late at night, I be like, man, shit, if I had a job, I wouldn't have to deal with this. Boy.
but just
Yeah.
and I think that all them thoughts is all he was saying. Like, yo,
I get it.
sit and
I
look
know
at y'all
exactly
and
what
be
you're
all y'all
coming
got
from.
businesses, but
I get it.
damn.
Like I told him on the
understand.
live, I commented on the live. I said, bruh, I know what you saying, woody woody whoop. I said, but I think it's one of those things that if you don't live that, you don't understand it. So like the people who don't live that, they think it's the most ignorant statement they have ever seen in
But
their
it's
life.
not even that. His statement is not saying the original post didn't say that.
Yeah.
Right.
The original post
It's just
said,
the words he picked to use.
Right.
It's kind of like the Kanye thing.
He said,
It's the words he picked to
if
use.
you funded your business from a 9 to 5, he didn't say if you're not a full-time entrepreneur, you can't be the same as another person who is. That's something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Most people fund their business, and honestly, if people wanted to challenge me, they would say, "Well, you did have a job at one point, somewhere down the line, to where you had some money that you put that got you here." You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
but I think but he meant what he said, and he said it. It's different.
I think, and I could be saying it wrong, but me reading it, it say a job that's funding. I think, first of all, bro, Reggie, I went to school with him. He kind of messed the words up a little bit. He didn't write it right, but I think he said that's funding, like as if it's funding right now. So if I got a business, right, but I also work, but the business ain't really doing nothing, but I'm just keeping my job. I think he's saying like that's not, in his opinion, you shouldn't be entrepreneur because predominantly your business is funding that, not just that it started out.
That's what but he said funded. So
okay. Oh, he changed it. I got you.
Right.
Got you.
Originally he said funded.
Got you.
So that's when I was like, okay, now I get what you're saying. That makes sense.
Yeah, man, Reggie played basketball, man. He wasn't a wordsmith.
Man, don't do that, man.
that's my. I was a classmate. I was a real classmate. I know Reggie. I can say that. Trust me.
Yeah.
That's my guy, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He could play ball real well, though. But, yeah, like I said,
I don't know, he was a little rusty at the alumni game.
They won.
They won.
He undefeated. One thing I said about Reggie, he don't lose, bro. I saw him in a game before, but he don't lose. Everywhere he goes is a winning team.
Hey, let's say something.
And he said another thing. He said never lost. He's saying all them, or Patrick Myers, all them people that's nice. He ain't losing them. They can't say they beat him at all in high school. That's crazy. When you think that's a crazy stat. A lot of good players out here, but none of them can say they beat him, and that's true. He kind of went defeated in Augusta.
Oh, trust me, I wasn't challenging his basketball skills.
You kind of said that a little bit. I don't know, man.
I just said he was rusty. That's all I was saying.
He wasn't rusty though. They won, man. Chill out. Oh, I say this though, when he didn't play last time, they lost. So you let me know what you think. They didn't play last time, they lost. Shout out to the Hill. What school you went to?
Josie.
Oh, okay, you an Eagle.
Yeah.
I went to Josie too. For a year. Yeah.
For what?
For a year.
Yeah.
I guess I came to school. I went to mad different schools. So,
Okay.
Yeah. When I moved down here, I went to Butler, then I went to Josie, then I went to Butler. So
okay. Yeah.
it's kind of really hard to pick one.
But bro, I do think there's multiple different ways to get into entrepreneurship, and I think nowadays it's so easy to be an entrepreneur, especially because we live in America. I think a lot of people don't understand that the American system is set up for small businesses. Like a business license costs $100, so you literally can go apply for a business license, pay $100, and get your business license right then and there, and now you're a business owner. You know what I'm saying? Just
if y'all can, because y'all are this. I'm not that. I just work at a hardware store. But for y'all, like, what is an entrepreneur like? If in y'all definitive terms, not what Webster say, but like how y'all look at it, what an entrepreneur is.
Me, I just think it's somebody who comes up with an idea, a business, or a product, and they finance it and they do their own thing. They you know what I'm saying? Like, some people would say real estate is an entrepreneurship, but I won't say that because it's still a structure in that.
Let me ask you a better question. The difference between a hustle and entrepreneurship, because you mentioned it earlier, we couldn't really tackle it because we always talking, but you mentioned that, and I think that might be one of the things that kind of. If
you got a side hustle, you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I was just about to say that
same
a hustler
thing.
is an entrepreneur.
Same thing.
No. I'm saying if you got a side, if you have a side business, a side thing, and you still work a 9 to 5, you still an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Because you're still taking the money that you make from this job to finance this, which is still the gamble. Entrepreneurship is pretty much a gamble. Are you willing to bet on your service, your product, your brand? A hustler is a person who got to figure out a way to get that money to pay for this. That's the difference. That's why I say me or Reggie would be a hustler of the year.
Got you.
Because for me, for the next person, as long as they wake up and go to work, just like you said, you're gonna get a check.
Yeah,
so if you say
I was down on Thursday, but I'm up now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's gonna happen. Me, I'm looking for the first and the third. Because I know that's when more people spend their money.
Yeah.
So then that way I gotta figure out I need to do a sale on flyers, maybe a sale on logos, maybe do this, maybe do that. I even this year got lucky and even landed a couple marketing, promotion, contracts and stuff like that. So that came through, and I was like, "Oh, this is all right. I'm gonna have to do some more of this." But all of that comes from figuring it out, which is what a hustler got to do. But in the same, you still both of them. You know what I mean? It's still the same. You're still taking risks. One has more risk than the other, but both of them still taking risks.
I was gonna say, like, as far as what Reggie was saying with what he does, because he says what funded everything he does is he purchased 25 shirts, and that's how he became what he is today. And that's kind of a hustle. Also, it's just like the man that sell the bags. He go buy the 4 bags, and then he's waiting. He's waiting for the people to call him and get the 4 bags. It's the same thing with the 25 shirts.
Reggie, my guy. Shout out to Reggie. That's not true, bro. But go ahead.
What's not true?
Reggie, my guy. But it's just,
he said that on the
I know,
live,
but
bro. I'm just repeating what he said.
I get it, but it's just stories that. It's a good story. I say that's. I'm gonna be a realist. It's a good story. I just can't say that.
You talking about the 25 shirt thing?
Yeah, I just can't say that's what. I can't say that business started from that. But that's a good story. It's like it's entertaining. It's inspiring because somebody gonna go buy 25 shirts for real and think I'm about to come up and be on James Brown.
No,
and they might.
But yeah,
and they might.
Bro, no, that's
when he said that,
I ain't say it's not possible.
I kind of,
said it's not true.
Bro, when he said that, I thought back, like, you know, when I started making merch. I brought 30 shirts for somebody, sold the 30 shirts, brought 20 more, sold those, and I was like, oh, this shit is too high. And I remember having a conversation with you and Mo, and I was like, bro, I'm about to buy some t-shirt machines. Y'all should sell some merch because I just sold X amount of shirts in 1 month. Y'all should sell them, and that's how that started.
Yeah, get Reggie on here.
Yeah, bro, and get Dorvis on here too.
I like Dorian.
Because if I'm not mistaken, I think that's how Dorvis started getting into clothing by doing RIP shirts. Literally. Because most people don't get
RIP shirts make me nervous. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I mean,
I still make them. But
if somebody call you and come to you, because at that time I think he might have been one of the only few people that had them kind of press. But if people come to you asking you that, you're gonna do it. I don't advertise that I do funeral programs, but people still inquire, and if they want it, then I'm gonna do it. But I feel funny about advertising that too.
You know, one time, somebody I knew passed away. And they had a party after his funeral, and there was people at the party selling shirts with his face on it.
See, that'd be the tricky part for me.
And it's crazy because people was hitting me up before the funeral and asking for RIP shirts. And, you know, I was making them. Yeah. And I ain't never told this story, but like that same night I made the shirts, I kept having dreams about him. And I was like, I don't know about these RIP shirts.
Yeah.
That's just me though.
I agree.
Toughen up, man.
But
I mean, I guess I knew him though. So
I'm messing with you though.
Yeah, I think that's what it is when you know the person is something different. But no, listen, you can take merch and really flip it.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying, I've done it.
That's why I've done the merch thing though, because the merch thing is like, you know, the same thing as the hustler we was talking about. Like it's the same concept. Like the people who I watched on YouTube where I learned how to make the shirts, that's what they were saying. They were like, bro, it's the same concept. Like when you were a kid and you go buy a dub of Reggie and you break it down into a half a gram, you sell each one for $5 and you make your $10 profit. The shirts is the same way.
Yeah. Because you can get shirts, you can make shirts, depending on what you got, you can get shirts really cheap. And this a high, like especially now, you know, people sell shirts for $25, $30, sometimes $40. But you might have maybe $6, $7 invested in it. That's a big return.
Especially like if you sell a shirt for $30, $35 and it costs you $3.50 to make it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's
that's way better than selling Reggie.
It's doable, but I just but if I'm not mistaken, don't quick. I think that's how Dorvis got started with his brands and stuff in the beginning. To me, like I said, everybody's an entrepreneur. I just want everybody to just be, you know what I mean? If it's somebody who's doing something more than I'm doing, I don't envy them or feel no kind of way or feel some kind of way towards my supporters. I just tell myself I need to do more to get to that point. But that comes from me just loving what I do. Ratchet Bingo is not as big as R&B only. You know what I'm saying? R&B only, they do thousands of people. You know what I'm saying? And it's a cultivated event too, same way. But they in a venue the size of the Bell Auditorium. I don't know exactly where they started. Trap and Paint, same way. In the beginning, we was doing small buildings here. Then it got to a point once they took off, I need to build a whole 500. But, you know, in Augusta, we didn't have that. So I didn't get to do as many shows after that. So it's growth and progression and everything. You just gotta work at it. But other thing I think too is this. We also gotta remember some people are in business because it's a trend.
That's what I forgot to speak on that I was about to say earlier when I was talking about the $100 business license. A lot of people nowadays that call themselves entrepreneurs, and I used to use this ignorant term, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I used to call them niggas entrepreneurs. But I was talking about my friends because during the pandemic, my friends was getting $1,000 a week unemployment checks.
Yeah.
And one went and brought a camera, one went and brought this, one went and brought that, and I called all of them entrepreneurs because they just put on Facebook after they did that. It was like, "Hey, bro, got a camera, $100 photo shoots. What's up?" They didn't know how to. They don't know what the exposure triangle is. They don't know none of that. They were like $100 photo shoots.
Yeah. But but like I said, it's and so when you make a status like that, the part that triggers people is not the people who actually doing the job, whether you full time here or whatever. It's a lot of them people who they wear their business as a badge of honor.
Yeah.
So when you insult them, that's when they start calling you names and want to cancel and all that other. That's where that come from. But
yeah, I get that. I don't know. Maybe I have to read the original post. Maybe I have to see where it was offensive. It just seemed like it was just mad regular. I don't know.
It was, but again, it's certain things that all of us in this room understand that we can make statements and be very true about. But we also know those statements are going to trigger people.
You know what? You make a good point. I'm gonna just say it. I'm not bringing nothing up, but cause I said something not similar to this, but I said something similar in the idea of podcasting, which you do now, so you understand it. And I was saying like, I don't like be compared to other podcasts like that because of what I do. So like right now, me and you sitting and talking, right? But there's a podcaster that really, like you're doing right now, you come in and sit down, they just do that. They come in and sit down and they talk and they go home. But like I say I'm on the camera, I'm on the audio, I'm trying to take care of some other stuff. I'm doing a lot at one time, so I wouldn't compare myself to that person. Somebody else that just only do that probably would feel offended. Think I'm talking about them. You know what I'm saying? They think I'm saying something, but really I'm not. I'm just kind of saying what I do. I'm not saying what somebody don't do. I'm just saying what I do and why I kind of set myself apart, my own opinion though.
Yeah.
Because somebody might say, I don't give a hell. I don't give a damn what you do. Y'all just talking Mike. Y'all just podcasters, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's their opinion. I can't get mad at them. You know what I'm saying? But for me, because I know what I'm doing, I feel how I feel. But like you said earlier too, when you love what you do, you don't really care about that. But like I said, some people do wear something as a badge of honor, and I ain't thinking about that. So people got other things as badges of honor too. So they have their own goals and things they want to do. So when you say things like that, it triggered them. And I understand. That's cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because most people finance their business from their job. So you go make a bunch of them mad.
You talking about a lot of people. So
you talking about a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I could be wrong. I hate to ask. I could be wrong. But y'all entrepreneurs, I'm gonna ask y'all or saying y'all tell me. But just because you are financing your whatever you got going on from your job, does that automatically make you an entrepreneur at that point? Is that what considered to be an entrepreneur?
You taking the gamble is what makes you an entrepreneur. So if you got a full-time job, but you're taking portions of the money that you made from your full-time job to invest in something else that is a risk, that's your product that you got to make that work. That's the gamble and the risk is what makes you an entrepreneur. Some people gamble safe, some people bet big, some people risk.
What if you just spending money? Like, it's not gamble or risk. You just kind of just give money every whatever. You just give money. What are you doing then?
That's your fault.
No, I'm saying, but are you an entrepreneur or are you just somebody spending money every week?
What, talking about if you just spending money?
It's no gamble there. You just spending money. Like you just spending
What you mean
money.
it's no gamble?
I mean, what you getting back in return?
You gambling, but you gambling bad.
Yeah.
You still a gamble.
Hey man.
You got people that go to Vegas and blow all their money and come back home and be scratching their head. You still gamble, but you just lost all your money. You ain't make nothing back.
Hey man, in the words of Donald Trump, I started my business out with a small loan.
Man, I used to say that to my dad all the time.
Now I'm worth $4 billion.
I used to say that to my dad all the time. I was like, bro, you slighted me, bro. You ain't no problem, bro.
Trump
I ain't
said he
no
started
loan,
with a
man.
small
Trump said
loan.
a small loan, bro.
Of $4 billion.
You owe me some million, my guy.
Hey man,
You like, man, you better get out of here.
But I know we all was laughing when he said that. But that's also a risk. Also, he had $4 million, and
Because it's still a gamble.
yeah, and he turned it into $4 billion. A lot of people wouldn't do that.
Because
to be honest,
the structure. See, that's why, like a lot of times, you ever notice how different other ethnicities come over here and start businesses or whatever? They do it away too. They come in and they get loan and they get funding from other methods or whatever.
because our government loves giving foreigners
Yeah,
money
they will give them a lot of money.
and not black people.
Yeah, we don't get nothing. But the risk and the gamble is what makes you an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just my opinion.
No matter how you go about it.
For those of us who don't have that type of support, you're a hustler, bro. Because that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. You're trying to make it work. You're trying to figure it out with whatever you got. And
so entrepreneurship, it really ain't really about the money you make. It's about the gamble you take. And
Yeah.
risk you take. It's not about what you bring in at all.
because to be honest, it's really not. I mean, because at the end of the day, you got some people that's entrepreneurs and it may take you 6 months to turn a profit. It may take you 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. Yeah, so yeah, and what you're saying, somebody might be shelling out money for 5 years, but that 6 year come around and some hit, boom, and they rolling in the money. To be honest with you, I've done events for a very long time. But Ratchet Bingo is doing real good. I ain't never had an event catch like this.
That's an understatement too.
Still, cut it out, man. I've had events do good. Mahogany Lounge was dope. But even with that, we hit a ceiling. We know. Thank God for me. I ain't got no horror stories because I know some other guys who do events and they bet big, but they lose big too, and sometimes it just don't work out right. But entrepreneurship, like I said, is the gamble. So even if you're not making a return right now, you might not be making a return to next year or a year after. It's still the gamble. Because you can't do that. You can't be an entrepreneur without investing in it.
Right.
Or somebody putting some money up for it.
Even when you're doing events for that amount of time you were doing them for and you're not working, you're just kind of doing entrepreneurship. You ever felt like down or times you wanted to stop? Like, this ain't worth it. It ain't worth it.
All the time, bro. That's why
What
I
make you
moved to
go,
Charlotte.
though?
That's why I moved to Charlotte. Before I moved to Charlotte, I used to do a lot of clubs and stuff too. But the clubs just weren't hitting like that no more. Like Excess Live Days and stuff, it was a bigger club, different climate, way more money, way more opportunity. Then as time went on, it just the perspective or the mind state of the club goer just changed over time. And I was just like, nah, this ain't gonna work no more. Mm-mm.
But what make you continue to do so? So now you got Ratchet Bingo, of course. But what is it that puts?
So just I was telling somebody else, people bring these ideas to me. For the most part, in my events, somebody say you should do this or you should do that. Like, you know what I mean? But most of the time when it comes to Augusta, them people ain't coming here. Like I've tried 1,000,000 times to get Trap Karaoke to come here. They ain't come here. They don't respond to my emails. I done tried to get the what's them guys' name? They be doing like the little flash mob with the suits and stuff. Oh yeah, we'll get back with you. They just don't come through this market. Now that's the pride that I love is the fact that when people sleep on this market, I'll create an event and it boom, and then it's like, oh man, what's that? We need this, whatever. But they won't come here and bring those events to this market. That's one thing that I take pride in with Augusta because I know a lot of times they overlook it. It's not like it ain't like a metropolitan city, but it's some people here that want to spend money, have a good time. So
I agree. That's dope.
Yeah, but
speaking of that, people need to stop shitting on Augusta when they mad about what they got going on.
Bruh,
that's all I was saying about that post too.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen though. Like, you got.
But you know what though? I got people from Charlotte that do the same to Charlotte.
But it happens all over.
We look at Charlotte like, boy, it's live. Like, man, they got everything.
That I
here.
do know happens.
They got sports. They got football, basketball, baseball, right. Concert, whatever. And they still
shit on the
they
city.
Still be getting mad with people. They don't sit down.
I ain't gonna lie. When I lived in Kentucky, I never seen 95 to 98% of people hate their city.
Yeah,
and I was like, whoa. But that city trash as hell though. So
honestly, I'm gonna say this. Most time when people feel like that, it's just something they feel inside.
Yeah.
It's just something they feel inside. Because you can go to a small country town. You ain't gonna go down there and say that about their town. Somebody gonna fight. Somebody gonna jump on you.
For sure.
You know what I mean? It's just about how you feel about yourself and what you got going on. And like I said, let's here, I would love to do like more hip hop shows and stuff. But I just know Augusta they don't want that. They only want certain type of joints, so it's cool. I just buy the tickets and go. I buy my ticket and go see Currency in Atlanta,
I want to ask you a musical
I
question.
wanted to go to that show too. My bad. Go ahead.
bruh.
Now go ahead.
If you smoke,
Uh-uh.
you smoke. Listen,
Nah, but that was a good lineup though.
that joint there was strictly.
I was
for,
supposed to go,
for,
but my
excuse me,
homeboy brought the tickets late.
I'm gonna say the old school way. That was strictly for the reefer smoke.
Oh, okay, so they could smoke in there. Bro, I seen Currency in Tampa one time. They couldn't smoke, and the show was kind of like weird.
That smoke was so thick, boy. You took a bull, bro, for real. I said, man, I got
I
partners.
wanted
I
to go to
said,
that
man, I wish
show.
they would have came, man. But yeah, it was dope.
I don't want to see Currency like 5 times before though.
But I went to go see Starlito and Don Tripp.
Yeah.
To see them together on stage. Yeah, that was dope.
They on tour too.
Yeah.
But my bad, man. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
It's all good. The question I was gonna ask was musical question. So you were an artist. One of your hats you wear.
Mm-hmm.
You can answer this personally or just how you feel and overall. But I feel like when it comes to music art, like music artists, especially up and coming, but you don't call it local, up and coming, indie artists, however you want to spin it. You know, people that ain't made it yet. They ain't really quote unquote made it yet to that level yet. How you feel about the fact that I personally feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, Slim, that the average people are more prone to joke on people like that rather than support, if that makes sense. Not saying everybody, but I think, like right now, if I say, yo, go make sure you go download this artist, and might know whatever case may be, whatever. All right, cool. Might get like, might not. But if I said a joke about a local artist and their music and I do it in the trash, something like that, it's all fun and games. It's like funny. So I feel like sometimes independent artists fight an uphill battle with that. Cause I feel like now podcasting the same way, but I know if you talking to a woman or something like that, what you do? Oh, I rap. I feel like it kind of turned off a little bit if you're not a person that made it already.
Okay, so I'm gonna answer that 2 things. One, we got to change the way we look at make it.
Okay, what?
We got to change the way we look at it when we say somebody.
I
make
like
it.
that. I like that.
Not you per se. I'm just saying.
I put in
people-
quotation because I'm saying
yeah.
like everybody got their own definition of making it. They can't see it on
Right.
camera, but that's what I meant when I said
Right.
making it. You know, because it's just perspective.
Like in Charlotte, what's his name? Elevator J. Elevator J like a rock star in that city. Like he do his own events, he performs, he's on the news or whatever. In my eyes, he's a successful artist because he, you know what I mean, he's able to create the music he wants to make. He's acknowledged for it. He has his fan base. He gets paid for it. Everything that you would want as an artist, he gets. He's had some dope collaborations and stuff like that. But to an outsider or to a person who is not of the culture, they won't feel like he made it. A lot of times you got to remember, bro, it ain't 100 Jay-Z's out here. It's not 100 T.I.s. It's not 100 Jeezy. It's one out of millions of people. So the ceiling is different for everybody. Again, do you love what you do? You know what I'm saying? If you love what you do, your definition of made it is something different. I always thought it'd be a time where I would quit doing music. I always thought of a time where I'd be like, man, I'm burned out. And I get moments where I'd be like, I'm busy, whatever. And Biz would be like, yo, I got some beats. He'll play me some beats and make me go crazy. And I write 2-3 songs. Now I'm looking at an album or I collab with somebody and boom, now I'm back on doing it. Because I love what I do. That's the first thing. The reason so many people joke at it is because what has happened now is being an artist is the bottom of the totem pole in the music industry now. There's no value to it because social media gives people a, open window to whatever you got going on. People who've never been artists now can challenge you on your artistry and what you got going on. Kids can define what's hot and what's not hot or whatever, to where other people will say, well, that's hot. You don't even believe it's hot. It's just because a certain amount of people is telling you that, and you are influenced by whatever they got going on. The reason that you have the problems and why people look at artists the way they do now is because of all these things, and as well as technology. A lot of people that say that artists shouldn't be artists because they don't love what they do. They doing it for other reasons. They doing it for acknowledgement. They doing it for strictly money. I mean, everybody wants to make some money, but when you make money the total priority, it's only going to be a certain amount of time. So therefore, that's why people don't value it no more. But when that artist comes through who's confident in what they do, love what they do, believe in what they do, most people don't challenge them. Most people ain't gonna say nothing to them because they respect them because they see that's you for real. You're not trying to emulate somebody else. That's who you are. A lot of these people, man, they just trying to be like everybody else. They really don't. Honestly, they wouldn't be artists if all the glamour didn't come with it. They wouldn't. Because I remember when I started as a child watching the other guys come along, bruh, it was hard. So you had to love it. See how cold it is outside? Every studio used to be in somebody's shack, somebody's little box or whatever. We had a space heater. We'd be in there till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning making music because we loved it. When we got ready to perform and do our shows, people came to the shows. They would buy your music. They would support you. They recognize you because you worked and you earned that position. Now, because of technology, you don't have to earn nothing. You can wake up one day and say, I'm the greatest rapper in Augusta. And your peers will say that. Somebody else will acknowledge that. And then the next thing you know, we got a whole argument on Facebook and you ain't did half of the work of DC.
Hey, that happened recently.
Hey, marketing 101.
That happened recently.
Don't knock it.
You know what
I
I'm
ain't
saying?
gonna lie, I like it though.
Don't knock it.
Because I remember my homeboys hit me up and said it was a young lady who was calling herself the Queen of Augusta, and I was like, bro, I like it.
You like what?
She ain't had no music, but now everybody's talking about her. Now the music just got to be good now.
That's the problem. The music won't be good.
Yeah.
Because most, like when you create, you want your peers to acknowledge you. You know what I'm saying? Like you're doing it because you're creating this piece of work, this music, and you want to say, what do you think about this? How you feel about this? What do you think about this? I had people call me all kind of stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute, don't put them kind of titles on me, bro. I'm just out here working. Don't do that. But because they respect, appreciate what I bring to the table, and patronize it, they look at it differently. So when you putting titles on yourself, you really setting yourself up for failure. Yeah. Because now, let's say you do dominate your town. Now you got to dominate your state.
Yeah.
Now you got to dominate your region. Because now people going to look at you like, when T.I. said, I'm the king of the South, that was a huge task. But until he pulled it off, they gave him pure D hell. And if you're willing to deal with that, then go right ahead. But as an artist, why put yourself in that when you can just earn your spot and earn your position with your music?
It's off topic. It's not off topic. It's on topic, but not for nothing. It could be a horrible take because I'm not crazy about the South. I'm not crazy about all the Southern artists like that. But T.I., like when he said King of the South around that time, and then I guess him and Lil Flip had a situation, and I guess he prevailed in there. I don't know why I would think about this. I don't know why, but I guess because me being from where I was from at the time, we knew another artist to be bigger than T.I., right? So when him and Ludacris went at it, and he lost, I just feel like that made him be the king. I don't know why. I feel like he lost to him so he could beat the other guy.
Ludacris?
Yeah, they had like a little.
How he lost to him?
I mean, it was on a record. I think Ludacris versus better. I don't know if y'all big on that Stomp record, that Young Buck record.
Nah,
yeah, I knew you.
I sold a lot of mixtapes off of that record. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wasn't living down here, so I didn't know who that was. It is odd hearing that song like, damn, they gonna fight each other because it sounded like it, but
that's
internet
crazy.
wasn't
Music
out.
Music used to be regional.
Internet
crazy.
wasn't out. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go off MTV. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's what they was talking about.
I get
Long
why you're
story
saying
short,
that because back then music was regional.
It's
as
just
hell.
my opinion. I could be one thing this, but I just think Ludacris at the time he's a bigger artist. So we got the better of him. Kind of just give him a little nookie, like leave me alone. But I feel like kind of taking them kind of hits make you take the next battle more seriously. I don't know if he took that battle seriously. I can't speak on T.I. I don't know if that's a big thing. I know they had a big issue afterwards for a long time, so I don't know. But I know when he approached that little Flip situation, I feel like he approached it way different than the other one, and like he prevailed like a lot to me.
No, I'm quite sure you can dig up mixtapes and stuff like that. I think Ludacris was blatant with what he did, and he played a chess move because he didn't put that verse on the mixtape that you got to go dig up and find.
Chess is about it. I mean,
right.
chess moving, that's part of the game.
That is.
I'm more wise than you. I'm just more wise than you.
He waited till he got on one of the other hottest new upcoming rappers from the South who's a part of G Unit, who's a part of the biggest label of the game at the time.
T.I. did a chess move, I'm assuming, too, with the Flip. I don't know that. I mean, not say that. Did he do a chess move? I don't know, because they didn't have an issue or a fight or something like that.
I mean, they did. Then
the beef DVD made it even more bigger than it was.
But truth be told, both of those beefs really weren't about music. It was about personal stuff that they used the music for. Both of them situations, both of those issues had physical altercations that happened long before the music came out. So it was never like how in some markets somebody might feel slighted by another artist or whatever, so then they go on record and what. Nah, that was personal stuff that was happening.
But I just feel like T.I. was like, T.I. Lil Flip was like a really high ranking artist, and then he wasn't after that. It could be timing. It could be what I'm saying. I'm not big on this. I don't know. I could be off. I just feel like
it's hard to say that. Reason being because
really
during that time, Flip was new. He was big in Texas, but he was new to the masses. So it wasn't like
he's big in New York too. If I'm asking, that's why I'm saying that he was big.
But he wasn't bigger than Scarface. You see what I'm saying?
True.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody like Scarface would have said that. Oh yeah, it's a problem for T.I. for real. Because now we talking about.
Oh no, I don't think they were beefing because T.I. said he's king of the South. I just feel like when he said it.
What I'm saying, the caliber of artists who said
okay.
it. Flip challenged him, but Flip at that time didn't have as much music or as much of a journey as T.I. had already laid for himself. So therefore, he's the bigger artist. Ludacris, I think Ludacris might have had more music than T.I. at that time.
He definitely was a big artist.
Yeah,
a couple albums. I think that was after Chicken and Beer, way after Chicken and Beer.
Yeah, so that was So he's had more skin in the game. So I think that plays a matter in it too. Who's bigger, who's more popular, who's prominent. So,
I don't know why I was driving to think about that, bro. I don't think about these artists like that, but I just came up. I don't know why. It just came up. I don't know what song came on.
Tip, bro, when you listen to what Tip got going on the media today, it makes you forget about like his musical past.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
That's what I be thinking about when I hear T.I. I be like, dang, T.I. ain't the T.I. I remember.
That sucks for some kids though, because they don't get to see that version of T.I.
Yeah, they have no idea. But again, we get into this conversation about kids and music. These kids don't do their homework.
I don't think they care neither.
But that's because
you're right.
But I'm gonna tell you why.
Y'all both right.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you why though. I'm gonna tell you why. They don't care because it would challenge them to be greater.
Man, let me tell y'all something interesting. I heard some kids say. It was a group of kids where I was at, and they was in the living room, and one of the kids was like, "Man, YB sound like Tupac on here," and the other 4 kids was like, "Who?" And that nigga was like, "Tupac," and they was like, "Man, shut up, man! Nobody care about no damn Tupac, man. Turn the music up."
You know why? You want to know why they think like that?
Why?
Kids think like that because those artists. What, man? What's wrong?
Oh yeah, they was like, "Nigga, fuck, nigga, turn the music up."
But listen, let me explain to you what that is. We have, matter of fact, let me go back. Rico Love did a take on the Breakfast Club. He said, what happened with black music was that people set the bar so high, a group of other people said, we're going to make it uncool to be great. So therefore, you notice the lyricism downplayed, singing ability downplayed, production downplayed, everything. So now we have this even playing board with this other guy who has Grammys, great production, Timberland, Swiss Beats or whatever. He's on the same level of the other new guys. So what kids do now is they diminish the elders to uplift themselves. That's why they compare each other. When we were coming up, we didn't say, only person that compared themselves was somebody like T.I. who said, I'm the king of the South. So then people say, no, Scarface, this and third. But the majority as a whole, artists didn't compare themselves. Outkast didn't compare themselves to Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah.
DMX didn't compare himself to Tupac. They didn't do that. Because you want to be you. You know what I mean? You acknowledge and saluted those who came before you. Nas didn't never say, I'm better than Rakim. Why? That's like slander. Mm-hmm. But now we have, because of the new world and because we accept everything, we've given out a lot of participation trophies for people. They don't have to earn nothing no more. So now if I say it, it's true.
Hey, can we?
If you talk against that, you a hater.
No, you're right.
What you about to say?
Chill. Yeah, he right. I thought he said, but can we give out the participation award? Just give somebody an award for participating.
Just
like,
it to?
Come on now, don't thought that. I'm not doing that. Just I'm saying, can we do that? Can we have a nominee list of just participants and just say you tried?
Now somebody gonna fight y'all over that one.
Oh no, we really doing this award shit.
I know y'all doing that award shit.
It's gonna get crazy though.
That one they gonna want to fight you. They gonna, what you trying to say, bro? You trying to say I ain't that good? That's what they gonna say.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Nah, the participation award would be good though, and we got to give an award for the
It's
for
about
the
how
people that
it's
don't
about
do
how you
nothing.
say it though. It's not. It's all about how you say it. It's the
Yeah.
delivery, man.
Hey
Yeah,
man, I
man,
want to
look.
go on record
Hey,
right
look,
We
now.
gonna think this one through.
I
Look,
want to go on
man.
record right now. It's 9:43, whatever day this is. Mark my word, what's gonna happen behind that?
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Ain't gonna be no heat. It's gonna be funny.
Man, y'all finna that award you gonna get some heat for. The other people might take the other stuff funny, but that award they gonna be like,
You know what other award we got to do too? We got to do the I don't do nothing in the city, but I always got something to say about the city award.
they'll find that funny.
Yeah,
People
but that's too
find
many.
that
That's too
funny.
many nominees, bro. I ain't got time. I ain't got time.
All the awards we got too many nominees.
No,
Yo.
well, you might be right. I don't know. You might be right.
Yeah, bro.
You might be right.
Because the I don't care about awards, but I'm mad I ain't nominated for no award. Nigga, we got like 20 people on there.
Yeah.
Bro,
Might need to do rounds for this one.
Yeah.
say what? Do rounds?
Yeah, might do rounds.
Yeah, you don't need them on that one.
Talk to Jamie about that. See how to get that done.
Was she using Survey Monkey? We might got to crank the
I
Survey
don't know,
Monkey.
but I
she is.
ain't want to say joke on Facebook because like people take stuff the wrong way, so I ain't want to do it. But I told Shay, I was like, hey, look, man, I love what y'all doing to death, but next time y'all got a voting day, let me know. I'm gonna take the day off. It was a long time. It took a long time to vote. I felt like I was in the parking lot for like 45 minutes trying to vote.
You talking about the SBA?
Yeah, I need to take the day off.
Yeah.
Take vacation days. So I can vote for that.
Yeah, I think she needs a gap in between the nomination and the voting day. I think.
And then they
people-
kept saying
I think-
it wouldn't do. I'm like, what?
I think people, huh?
They kept saying it wouldn't do. It kept saying refresh the page. I refreshed and it started over again. I'm like, what
Yeah,
the
but
hell?
that's because they were changing. They had to change. They had some misspelled stuff. Some people weren't on there, whatever. So really, what they should probably take a week once they do all the nominees that Sunday. It should be a whole week before we start voting. So that way you kind of get all that stuff down.
But don't put any of your complaints on Facebook. Just leave that to Reggie. He had one complaint. They killed him for it. He had one complaint.
and they
He just
tried
had
to-
one
It wasn't
complaint.
even really no complaint. He
I
just
know,
tried to
just
put an
funny he said
asterisk
that.
on something.
Man, they try to crucify that, bro.
Yeah,
I'm like,
they tried to
golly.
kill him. I
Y'all
didn't even
doing
know
too
it was
much.
that serious, bro. See, bro, it's crazy.
I might
like,
give Reggie my own award now.
You do like you on the book. I'm gonna. Hold on, wait. Before anybody say that, I will give him his props for his verse on Jeezy's album, The Most Hated.
Lil Durk, bro.
He got
Fuck
off
off.
on that one. I give him that one. I actually ride to that song for real. I give him that.
Thank you, finally, dog.
But he just need an
yeah,
OG to show him
bro.
how to do it, though, bro.
right now, yeah,
Lil Durk, favorite rapper for real?
yeah, right now.
He just needs somebody to show him how to do it. That's all. He need an OG to show him how to get it done. That's all.
You
it
know that last mixtape Meek put out. I'm done with Meek till he drops on fire. I'm done.
Well, guess you done with him.
I might be. I'm on Dirk, but I'm not them kids that's on Dirk. Like them kids that I was talking about when they was bumping that young boy, they was also bumping Dirk. I'm not on some of these guys is better than Tupac shit. I might just be too
Because-
old for they. I didn't know Pop was gonna be like, nah, what's Buddy with the beads in his hair and the red hair?
Trippy Red.
Nah.
Travis Scott.
Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty better than Pop. I didn't know we was gonna have a generation of that.
But I'm gonna tell you why though. We let all this goofy shit in the building.
Definitely you, Slim.
Nah, not me.
I'm just
I
being
grew up
honest,
off
bro.
Pop.
I'm being honest. In my time, bro, like you had the rappers who did the party stuff. You had artists for everything. But whatever you did, you had to be great at it.
Yeah.
We knew I'd be playing Trick Daddy in this venue or that venue, but because he was dope and who he was, that's it. He didn't have to be dope on some other stuff. You listen to rappers for what you want to listen to him for. But now the way that people, like I said, they uplift themselves by downplaying others. But at the same time, black people do it all the time, just like hence the wings. I think Jackie M's got the best wings. But when people comment that, I don't pay that no mind. When people say, man, such LeBron better than this person, okay, cool. But that's because they're trying to get others to be fans of what they're fans of. Because if you're a fan of something, you don't care.
Hey, I just got it. I know we could do it, man.
What?
First thing for us, not a joke. Best wings in the city. We gotta go to each. We gotta pick a day. We gotta go to everybody and just taste their wings. See what the best ones. It's good content.
You know what's crazy? That was the first video idea I ever had when I first started podcasting.
Hey, well, I made it up this time.
I was gonna do it with my homeboy Big Greasy.
Now you gonna do it with your homeboy, man.
He was just huge and always eating.
So now you doing with your homeboy, man.
He trying to bring other niggas on. I don't know, man. We could bring Dorian because he was here. You know, it's like he kind of got credit.
Yeah.
You know,
I want to do that for real though. I want to go get wings from everywhere.
I'm from here, so I can already tell you what's gonna hit and what ain't gonna hit.
Yeah.
might need to
And then you got-
consult Dorian with all these awards since he's from here.
You got some sleepers too. You got, you know what I mean, the Philly wing, the Philly.
In Grovetown?
Yeah, they joint
Them
good.
bitches good.
You got a few other little spots or whatever. You know, I'm
They might just post it tomorrow. Best wings in the city. Go.
Bro, they
My
gonna
five
set it
wings
on
in Evans
fire.
pretty good.
I know.
Yeah, they going crazy on my post right now. I said, what's the best tequila? Everybody arguing if Blanco is better than Reposado, if it's better than
Man, I don't
Añejo.
I don't really do tequila. I prefer whiskey. That tequila just don't sit right with me.
I drink both.
I used to do it back in the day, man, but I had some horror stories, bro. It's like, bro, nah, I'm good on that.
I drink both. I like to drink though.
Hey, look, man, I ain't gonna hold you. This was good. All right. I know.
Apparently, man,
y'all-
does not like
about drinking.
Man, you don't like to
hell
drink.
Well, no, it's not that. It's not that. Y'all entrepreneurs. I gotta wake up in the morning. I know y'all can wake up when y'all feel like it.
No,
Sometimes.
hold on, stop. Wait. Before you go any further, no, we can't.
I said maybe. Maybe not.
No, listen.
Maybe not.
Listen, you see how you got a set schedule. You
Something
got
like that.
you got a certain time you go to work. You got a certain time when you get off. Now that you off work right now, you ain't got to deal with nothing they got going, right?
Nah, not really. But yeah.
Right now, what I got 12 notifications on my phone, which I know that's gonna be either some graphics, some Ratchet Bingo tickets, or some messages or whatever. Over here, this don't stop, and they don't care nothing about your sleep.
Yeah, because I did just send an email in the middle of the pod.
6 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
ping, 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 ping. Like, bro, I just went to sleep by 12, 1 o'clock. So it's different for entrepreneurs. We don't get it. Listen, that be the thing that I think about sometimes. It's like he was saying we had them hard times. I'm like, man, if you had a job, you don't have to worry about this.
That's not true though. That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't have jobs. Y'all don't. That's not true.
Huh?
That's not really true. You still gotta worry about some things. Like
No. I'm saying if I had a job, I wouldn't have to be up late at night worrying about my job unless I'm on a salary or something. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's still a job though, technically speaking.
That's a different position.
Well, I'm salaries. I don't know what everybody's doing. I know, like me. Yeah.
And then even with your salary, correct me if I'm wrong, you get like paid leave or like vacation time or
It's a lot of stuff you get. Yeah.
You
You
get-
got
you-
benefits and stuff like that.
benef-
Too,
yeah,
Like insurance, all that stuff.
yeah.
That's why I got it though. I mean, just for that. Yeah. I can't be out here kind of wild. I got kids, bro.
That's real. I don't have kids, so I get it.
Yeah.
And I probably would make that move if I did have that. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Teach his own, I guess. I like it though. I ain't gonna lie.
I
But
bet.
I do admire sometimes, like if you get to go somewhere something like that. But then I mean, I get to go to the same place. I just gotta schedule it. I guess I can't just get up.
I gotta schedule it too, bro.
Oh, okay.
I gotta schedule it too. He gonna
you
have to
know
schedule
what?
it too.
You know what? A podcaster asked me before. He was like, man, what's your day-to-day schedule? And like, I knew exactly why he asked that. Because like people really think like when you work for yourself, you literally don't do shit all day.
Remember that? You know that, yeah.
Bruh, Ratchet Bingo, I
one
took-
time with you, so I ain't gonna get
Like the
Oh, you
day,
talking about Mo?
Yeah,
I know you
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
Mo, bruh.
what?
I ain't really tripped though.
No, yes you did. You was pissed. Like,
What happened?
I ain't never seen Slim mood change before until in the mid-interview until that day. That's the
I
only
mean, my
time I've seen
mood
it.
changed, but I wasn't like mad. I just was like, it just kind of threw me off.
What
Like she
happened?
kind of was like, Mo was talking about podcasting, and like she was talking about how like she felt like me and Main podcast was bigger than hers, and she felt like the only reason why mine's was is because I don't have no kids, so I ain't got shit to do with podcasts. And that's what she said, like word for word.
But she said it in jest, but like sometimes you gotta know people's history to understand
What's that
when you're saying
lyric
certain
my boy
things.
said?
But that was funny though.
Man ain't like that shit.
It was funny because me knowing you, I know you do more than that, so I understood it. But I could feel it, like him trying to explain, like I want to explain, but you know, like you feel away, like how you just stopped me, like hold on, wait. I do got an alarm clock. I do get up in the morning. That's,
I was drinking and feeling
you have to
good
do that
too,
though, because
so I
people
just
will
chilled.
think that you just wake up when you want to, and like, nah, we're gonna do it today. You can't work that way.
I guarantee you, most entrepreneurs, definitely full-time entrepreneurs, we get less sleep than anybody else. Because you trying to, even when you lay down and go to sleep, you got to make sure I got to take a moment to let my mind like turn off. Okay, you send all the emails, what deadline, what I got to do tomorrow. Okay, how the ticket sales look for this? What we doing this? What we do? Like all of that stuff all day long. So it might take me a smooth hour before I get comfortable enough to even fall asleep.
I think that'd be a good show, like a good, if you can have people on that can talk without disrespecting each other, that'd be a good conversation, like the entrepreneur versus the 9-to-5, whether it's a solid person or not, you know, all the difference in ins and outs. I do feel like it's a lot of similarities in there, but also a lot of differences too.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think people want to address that. They just want to say, hey, I'm doing this, so I eat back to the post like, hey, you work, bro. You don't understand what I'm doing. But sometimes that can be farther from the truth. That's not what he said.
I
but
wouldn't,
you get
I
what I'm
wouldn't
saying.
make statements like that though. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's just not my
on social
style.
media. No, I'm not doing that. Yeah, but yeah, man, this was dope. You know what I'm saying? I know we all. All right, let me change it. We all got to wake up in the morning. All right, we all got to wake up in the morning. All right,
He switched it up now.
we all got to wake up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I'm Reggie. I'm editing the post. We all got to wake up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Ratchet bingo.
Yeah, Ratchet bingo, prom night. I need you there, my guy.
Listen,
don't
I'm
play
not
with
gonna
me.
say it on
there you
camera.
go.
I'm not gonna say it on
Don't- there
camera,
you
but
go.
we already discussed this.
Don't
I ain't
play
gonna say
with
it on
me,
camera.
bro. I got a sneaker ball edition. That way everybody can be comfortable. I know the ladies love it.
Jeff, I start wearing shoes next year. I promise you. Damn,
What
that's
up?
crazy. Nah, I'm messing with you.
Man, stop playing with me, bro.
Oh, so you got a date this year then? Because last
You
year
ain't-
you
you
said
don't
you
need
ain't
a
had no
date.
date. He said he ain't had no
There we
date.
go.
All right.
Yo, he just cut